At only the mid-ascendant stage, Wang Lin forcefully killed Lei Daozi, a thunder envoy of the Yin Void realm. And Wang Ping, after the final trace of resentment within his body, was completely erased, transformed into a pure, spotless soul. Wang Lin then placed him inside the heaven-defying bead. With that, this incredibly moving second mortal transformation finally came to an end. Father, the medicine is bitter. Father, the medicine is so bitter. In the current anime storyline, Wang Lin wanted to make up for the fact that Wang Ping could not cultivate. So, he agreed to let him leave home, travel the world, and fulfill his wish of becoming an emperor. With the Yin Void puppet Wang Lin had given him, along with the beautiful protector Qing Yi, and more importantly, with Wang Lin's famous identity as Shu Mu shaking the surrounding star domains, the cultivators on Ranyun planet and nearby regions did not dare interfere. Because of this, Wang Ping, at only 27 years old, spent merely 35 years establishing the first empire to dominate the entire mortal world of Ranyun planet. But by then, Wang Ping was already 60 years old, and the last trace of resentment inside him had still not disappeared. Strictly speaking, that resentment came from two deep obsessions buried within Wang Ping's heart. The first was who was his birth mother. The second was why had his father never allowed him to cultivate. When Wang Ping was still very young, he had once asked Wang Lin about his mother. But when he saw the disappointment and silence on his father's face, he never dared ask again. Now at 62 years old, the first thing Wang Ping did after returning home in glory was ask Wang Lin the question that had haunted him his entire life. Who was his mother? After all, every childhood friend he had known had a mother. Only he had been raised by his father alone. Anyone in his place would have wondered. Wang Ping was no exception. This time, Wang Lin did not hide the truth. He told Wang Ping everything. He told him that he came from Vermilion Bird Planet in the star domain. He told him how he entered the cultivation world as a mortal. He told him how he met Liu Mei, how he eventually came to the All-Heaven star domain, and why he later settled in Falling Moon Village. Everything was revealed. But when Wang Ping learned the truth, it was as if lightning had struck his soul. No matter what, he could not accept that the answer he had chased for more than 60 years was this. He had been refined into a resentment infant. Perhaps the blow was too great for him to bear. Or perhaps he would rather believe that this was merely a lie his father had made up. The next day, Wang Ping, devastated and disheartened, left Qishui City with Qing Yi. The two of them settled in a remote border town and began living an ordinary mortal life. 10 quiet years passed like that. But trouble was silently approaching. Back then on Thousand Illusion Planet, Wang Lin had impersonated a Thunder Immortal envoy. This matter had eventually become known to the Thunder Immortal Temple. Thus Lei Daozi, a Thunder envoy, whose cultivation had reached the Yin Void realm, was ordered to come to Ranyun Planet and investigate. With his cultivation, he should never have been able to discover Wang Lin. But by chance he encountered Wang Ping, who was only a mortal. This reckless fellow not only exposed the truth that Wang Ping was a resentment infant, but also tried to seize the Yin Void puppet protecting him. He even intended to attack Wang Ping directly. At the critical moment, Wang Lin arrived just in time. After many years of mortal transformation, Wang Lin's cultivation had already reached the mid-ascendant stage. As for his Tao intent, it had stepped into the level of late ascendant. With the Yin Void puppet plus the Thunder Beast, whose third seal had been released, Wang Lin was already able to fight Lei Daozi to a standstill. But what truly terrified Lei Daozi was something inside Wang Ping's body. Earlier, everything had happened too quickly and he had not seen it clearly. But now, after looking carefully, he drew in a cold breath. Because inside Wang Ping's body were 2 strands of sword qi. If Wang Lin released those 2 strands of sword qi, then even if Lei Daozi did not die, he would at least be crippled for life. So his first reaction was to turn around and flee. Wang Lin only ordered the Yin Void puppet and the Thunder Beast to hold Lei Daozi back for a short while. He himself stayed behind to say one final farewell to Wang Ping. Because of Lei Daozi's words, Wang Ping now understood that Wang Lin had not lied to him. And this time, Wang Lin not only answered him directly, but also revealed the true reason why he had never allowed him to cultivate. Wang Ping's body had been formed from sword qi. Not only was he unable to cultivate, he was absolutely forbidden from cultivating. If he tried, he would completely vanish from existence. At that moment, Wang Ping finally understood everything. This had always been the greatest knot in his heart. The reason he had wanted to cultivate was simple. He only wanted to stay by his father's side forever. Back then, Wang Lin had not told him the truth, because if he had, the young Wang Ping would have suffered an unbearable blow. The resentment inside his body would also have disappeared too early, causing him to return to a mere wisp of soul. What Wang Lin wanted was to give Wang Ping a complete life. But because of that, Wang Ping had always believed that his father was clearly an immortal, yet refused to let him cultivate. He was not even allowed to learn the spells left behind by elder son. Could it be that his father did not truly love him? Now, as all the truth came to light, Wang Ping finally understood Wang Lin's painstaking care. He no longer obsessed over his mother, because in Wang Ping's heart, he only had his father. It was his father who had given him a second chance at life. In a daze, he seemed to return to the scene from his childhood when he was drinking medicine. "Father, the medicine is bitter. Father, the medicine is so bitter." And now, with no obsession left in his heart, Wang Ping's final trace of resentment disappeared completely. His body turned into a clean, pure ball of light. Wang Lin gently placed it into the heaven-defying bead. As for Qing Yi, after spending so many years by Wang Ping's side, she had developed deep feelings for him. Through this, she comprehended her own Tao intent of no regret. So, on the day Wang Ping left, she also gave up her lifespan and transformed into a soul. Together with Wang Ping, she entered the heaven-defying bead, staying by his side forever in this form. And next came Lei Daozi, that so-called thunder envoy. Naturally, Wang Lin had no intention of letting him go. Wang Lin directly took out the 10 billion soul flag. Although the number of souls inside it was far from the 10 billion it once had at its peak, among the more than 100 million souls remaining were several ascendant souls, while soul transformation souls were practically countless. In addition, Wang Lin had several main souls of his own, and the most powerful among them had already been recovered. Using these souls, Wang Lin condensed 3 perfected main souls. When Lei Daozi saw this, he nearly lost all will to fight. How was he supposed to battle this? There was a yin void puppet, countless souls, a thunder beast, and most terrifying of all, those 2 strands of pure nirvana sword chi. His chances of escaping were almost non-existent. So Lei Daozi immediately lowered his head and apologized, begging Wang Lin to spare his life. But what kind of person was Wang Lin? If apologies were useful, then what would be the point of cultivating immortality? Still, Wang Lin did not intend to clash with him head-on. Instead, he set a trap. He deceived Lei Daozi, saying that he only wanted to place a slave seal on him and have him guard his side for 1,000 years. But in truth, Wang Lin planned to use the method for refining an immortal guard and turn Lei Daozi into a puppet. When Lei Daozi heard it was merely a slave seal, he thought nothing of it. Once his strength recovered, later breaking a slave seal would not take long. But by the time he realized Wang Lin was actually trying to refine him into a puppet, it was already too late. And because Lei Daozi was unwilling from the bottom of his heart, the refinement ultimately failed. So, in the end, Lei Daozi was not beaten to death by Wang Lin. He was tricked to death through puppet refinement. And next, as Wang Lin prepares to retrieve the Wang Yu bone, he is about to encounter Tan Long, the man carrying that strange treasure. If you enjoy my way of explaining and storytelling, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really motivates me to keep creating.